A student who goes to school and he or she aspires to get an A+ grade. But not all students who go to school can get an A+ grade, but every one of them aspires to get it. So in the same sense, we may not totally become nonviolent in our life ever, but we must constantly aspire to reach that level, to whatever stage we can.
During World War I, Gandhi worked hard to support the British cause. He expected that cooperation would bring later political concessions from the British Empire. Instead, the British enacted a series of extremely repressive laws that limited the political rights of Indians. Gandhi now became a strong opponent of British rule. Where once he had worn fashionable London-made suits and bowler hats, he began wearing the white loincloth and simple shirt of a wandering holy man. Gandhi began addressing the Indian masses in the language of religion. He described his tactics as satyagraha, a high-flown Sanskrit term meaning holding to the truth.
Truth meant considerably. It was of tremendous importance to grandfather in all his life. At one stage he used to say, God is truth. And then later in his life he realized that truth is God. And that what we are really trying to do is to achieve that ultimate truth. And that is realization of God, Godhood. He called his movement satyagraha, which is a combination of two Sanskrit words. Satya meaning truth and agraha meaning pursuit of. And so he felt that all of us individuals are constantly pursuing truth, that we have to honestly pursue truth if we seek salvation.
Gandhi had learned much from B.G. Tillak about using religion to move the Indian masses. Yet in contrast to Tillak's praise for violent political acts, Gandhi emphasized the tolerant and all-inclusive character of Hinduism. Gandhi became known while he lived as Mahatma, a title meaning great soul. As Mahatma, he tried to bring non-Hindus into the independence movement.
He came to realize that India was made up of so many different religions. There were a very substantial Muslim population, a very substantial Christian population, and people who believed in many other religions and the tribal religions. So it was a conglomeration of many different religious faiths. And we couldn't wish them away. We couldn't declare India to be a Hindu country and forget the rest of the people there. It had to survive as a secular country which would give equal opportunities and equal rights to all the different religions and people who believed in those different religions. So when he realized all of these things were there, I think he saw the wisdom in changing the beliefs of the people.
Between 1919 and 1924, he forged an alliance between the National Congress and a group of younger Muslim leaders. The alliance was always fragile. Gandhi kept employing Hindu symbols for political purposes. For example, he continually demanded that the Muslims' ritual cow slaughter be abolished. Muslims had no objection to eating beef, and on their feast commemorating Abraham's sacrifice, they often slaughtered cows ritually. Like B.G. Tillak, Gandhi adopted the cow as a symbol of Hindu India. In his mind, Mother Cow was inextricably identified with Mother India. While Muslims sometimes found Gandhi too Hindu in his approach, many others thought Gandhi was insufficiently Hindu.
I don't think he was a Hindu in the traditional sense. He didn't practice any of the rituals of Hinduism. He didn't believe in all those rituals. He also believed in respect for all religions of the world. And so he studied, in fact, one of his famous sayings is that a friendly study of all the scriptures is the sacred duty of every individual. And he made that friendly study. He studied the Bible, he studied the Old Testament, he studied the Quran and everything. So he studied all of these scriptures, and he took from each one of them what he thought was useful in his own personal life and incorporated that in his lifestyle. So he was able to show respect to all different religions and incorporate from that what he found useful. And so in a sense you might say that his religion or his practice of religion, although very substantially Hindu, was also very substantially ecumenical.
After World War II, British India was divided. A new country named Pakistan was primarily Muslim, and India had a majority of Hindus. Many millions of Muslims remained in India, and Gandhi tried hard to heal the breach between Muslims and Hindus. People began to mock the Mahatma, calling him Muhammad Gandhi. In 1948, N.V. Godse approached Gandhi as he walked to a prayer meeting and shot him to death. As we can see, a debate continues within Hinduism itself over the character of the religion. Hinduism is not simply a living faith. It is also a lively faith, and a wide variety of beliefs and practices coexist within it. After almost 40 centuries, Hinduism is still in the making. No single version of it has completely dictated Hindu doctrines and values. Perhaps most remarkable of all is that a continuous religious tradition has survived and adapted over this long period. It is one of the oldest religions in the world. Despite the stresses and strains that it has endured, nearly 1 billion individuals in one way or another identify themselves as Hindus.